Okay,
oh my
hi.
fucking God. Jenni, hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming on. Is this your first time coming on a podcast also?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
of
What
course.
And it's mine.
I know, obviously.
I'm fucking honoured.
Obviously.
So before we get into the main part of the podcast, I'm going to ask you my quick fire questions. Also, Jenni does have a dog on her lap. He keeps like rustling his little...
I hope it's okay. I think he'll be fine.
He might
sleep
say something in a minute.
I know.
Number one, what is one thing that sets your soul on fire? You're supposed to just say the first thing that comes to your mind, by the way.
Okay. Being really busy.
Okay. No, that's so nice, because now I want to unpack that because I know so much about...
I know.
Busy Jenni. Okay, no. Why does it set your soul on fire? And do you need to be doing something specific when you're busy?
No, in fact, no.
Busy with anything?
I've always wanted to be busy, just all the time. Even when I was little, when I don't actually have anything really to do.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I'm like, I just like would busy my day by just doing child things.
Errands.
Yeah, like
even.
like when I was little, just be like, well, I've got to finish this picture, and then I'm gonna plait my hair. You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
Whereas
We're
now
still
it's,
doing that.
Yeah. That's literally what you do.
No, I know. Plaiting my hair and drawing all day. No, exactly.
Yes. Whereas now it's more like, well, I love everything that I do, so I want to do as much of it as possible. You know?
Oh, yes.
So I'm like, I love my job. I want to go to my job. And then I love all my friends, so I want to go and see them all the time.
Yeah,
and I want to just get it all in. And then I love going to the gym in the morning, so I want to do that every fucking day, even though I probably shouldn't. And then all of this, I shouldn't do it all the time, but I can't help it because I love it.
Yes.
And then I get a bit sick, and then I have a little time off, and then I do it all again.
You do. Yeah, you have like a mini like life burnout, I feel.
Yeah.
But it's overindulgence, but you always bounce back from it because you know that you would rather do that than like do bits of it.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's burning the candle at both ends.
Okay. Burnout.
Burnout sets my soul off.
Okay, on to the next question. What is the last photo you took? You can check your phone if you want.
I think it was of him. Must have been of him. I literally took a photo of him just now on the
Him,
trip.
by the way. The dog. Him. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, it's Mr.
Him
Sweet.
being the dog on Jenni's
Yes.
lap if you're not watching the
I think
visuals
it was
of this
definitely the
right now.
last like 3 photos I took.
Okay,
actually.
gorgeous.
I love how he sat up.
I know. Oh, he wants to say something. Okay, on to the next question. What's something that people frequently misunderstand or get wrong about you if they don't know you?
I've had this a few times that if it's someone I kind of half know and they follow me on Instagram, they think I'm going to be grumpy. Like, or they think I'm just not going to be very like this.
Yes.
Like this, you know?
Yes.
Because I don't know, maybe I think now on TikTok I'm quite like,
Yeah.
like now you can see. But like, I think when it was just pictures, it was very like, oh, she's like.
Yeah, she's hot.
Mystery.
She's hot and she wears cool clothes and people think that you're just not going to have a fucking personality or something. But then is that also that thing of like having to... when you are someone who works with people, like people who come to your salon, they know exactly who the fuck you are. They know that you have this infectious sunshine energy. But it's hard to tell that from pictures, I feel.
Yeah.
With anyone.
I know. I think it's like any kind of like grungy person.
Yeah,
People
you
are
have
like,
tattoos.
Oh my God, they're so
You're
like,
an alt gal.
Yeah.
You dye your hair.
Whereas I'm just so not.
No, I
so
know.
Not.
I
I'm
know.
so unmysterious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, on to the next question. Finish the sentence. Okay. I'm still a work in progress when it comes to...
Like talking.
Really?
Or like communicating. Yeah. No, communicating. not
Okay.
talking. I can talk.
Feelings.
Yeah. I could talk forever. Oh my God. Don't get me started.
So not talking.
No. Okay, so I take it all back. Not talking. Yeah, communicating.
Okay.
Or even knowing what to communicate. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm trying to get across.
Okay.
Probably like exactly what I'm doing right now.
I know what you mean. So, but only because I know you as a friend and we've spoke about this before.
Yeah.
But like, I think what you mean is when you have feelings, you're not sure why you're feeling them.
Yeah.
How to communicate
Yeah.
them. What does this even mean? Is it my responsibility or is it the other person's? Who's like kind of...
And it's just like knowing what feelings arise and like how to deal with them and like who to tell and like what's going to help rather than just sitting with them all and being like,
Okay. So asking for help also.
oh yeah.
Jenni, first of all, before we get into talking about our friendship, how we met, we can tell some silly stories, we can have a laugh about it. I want you to start by telling us a little bit about yourself and your story. And what's your name? What's your story?
Right. So I was born in Plymouth.
You were born in Plymouth.
I was born in Plymouth.
In Cornwall.
No.
Oh my
There's not many hospitals in Cornwall.
Oh no.
Yeah, they don't really have that.
Okay. So you're born in Plymouth.
And then grew up in Cornwall. And Plymouth was like the nearest big city.
Okay.
Big bright lights, big city.
The big smoke.
We'd like go there on school trips, you know what I mean? And then started hairdressing when I was about 18.
Yeah. And why did you start hairdressing?
Because my cousin did it.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know what else to do.
You also did constantly dye your hair.
Yes. Well, Kate said this the other day, actually.
Yeah, you did.
Kate's my cousin.
Yeah. Okay, so you got into hairdressing. Well, you started hairdressing at 18 years old.
Yeah, which is late for a hairdresser, by the way.
Okay.
They normally want you straight out of college so they can pay you less for longer.
Oh, yeah.
So it was hard to find a salon. And then did my apprenticeship. That was 2 years. I had to go back to college for that, which was shit.
Yeah.
Because I'd just done 2 years at music college, like after school.
Which that's the era that we met in.
Yes,
isn't it?
yes. Oh, God.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I did it.
Yeah,
obviously.
of course.
It was great. And I was just like wasting time, really.
Mm-hmm.
But it was great.
Our relationship origin story also ties into music because we met at the Underground. This is my version of events.
Yeah, no,
you might have a
I
different
love hearing
version.
it.
So I was telling someone recently, and it's just like, oh, maybe it just gets more and more poetic the more I tell it. You know? So Jenni and I met when I was 16. So I just started out college. And I was going to these gigs at this venue in Plymouth. I don't know if it's still fucking open.
I have no idea.
Probably in a different way, with like different management and stuff. But it's called the Underground, and it's on Mutley Plain. Mutley Plain. And it was on Mutters. So it was on Mutley Plain in Plymouth. And then I went into the toilets, and that is where I first remember meeting Jenni. Jenni came out. We were complimenting the shit out of each other. I remember lots of sweaty bathroom mirror pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Of like all the girls
got
just
one.
sat on
I've
the
still got
toilets,
one.
right?
Yeah.
And then Jenni and I were in the middle of a conversation, and she hears this this song end outside in this basement venue, and she goes, "Oh shit, I've got to go on stage." And then she just runs out, and we kind of slowly follow behind her, like, what's she on about? Does she sing or something? And then she's playing the fucking saxophone on stage. She just jumps up on stage and starts playing the fucking sax.
This makes me sound so cool.
No, it is. And I'm always going to tell it that way because, babe, that's exactly what happened. There's no. I'm not even being romantic about it. I'm not even telling it. I'm not even describing your outfit, nothing, or like how like the red neon light was like shining on your skin in your little crop top, and you were just like playing the saxophone amongst all of these indie boys behind you. Like you just fucking owned it. I'm not even saying about just the fact that you jumped up on stage, start playing the saxophone, and I was like, who is this fucking woman?
I love that so much.
And then we started hanging out, and then we both ended up in relationships with two boys from the same band.
Yeah,
and then
so cool.
yeah. Yeah, so that's what we started hanging out, and then we used to take pictures in my bedroom. Do you remember for my college projects? We used to make these beautiful photos.
I was literally looking at them.
Yeah.
The other day. I do it all the time, actually.
Yeah, so we would take
They're
pictures.
great.
Yeah, we would do styling stuff together, photo shoot stuff together, which we're still doing now also for my lip rings and stuff. So yeah, there's still like a lot of parallels still in how friendship works and collaborating with each other. But yeah, I feel like at that moment, I don't know, why would you say we were so drawn to each other? I feel like we're both very joyful people, like just constantly laughing, smiling.
Huge. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think and also I just forget, if we don't see each other for a while, I forget how good it is, how laughy it is.
I know.
And like, if we didn't see each other for a while and the longer we spent apart, I'd kind of forget. And then if I see you again, I'd be like, oh,
yeah, I know.
this is great.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Yeah, it kind of feels at home also. And then
so homely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a homely feeling.
What would you say then, because you've been through a lot in your life, but you're still so happy? How the fuck is that? How is that your way of life? Is it a mindset thing? Has something happened? When was like the click for you?
I think once something really, really shit's happened, your whole outlook on life changes a lot. And I always think that however far down you go, you're going to come up the other side just as much. So if you can feel really, really sad and you have those super deep feelings, but if you can get there, you can get higher than some people can. Because I think you told me about it, the scale with the like...
Yes. Do you know what's funny about that? Actually, no, it wasn't me. It was your boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
So Ben.
Oh, yeah.
So do you remember when I was talking about I went through something horrific.
Yeah.
And the first time you introduced me to Ben, who I'm obsessed with.
Oh, yeah, it was Ben.
Yes, he said, didn't he, that I went through something awful. And then he was like, but you know what? Because you're in the public eye and because you're doing what you're doing, you're putting yourself out there. He was like, you are going to experience the most insane lows.
Yeah.
But you'll also experience highs that no one will ever be able to experience because of the wild and niche life that you're leading for yourself. So yeah, he was talking about the lows make up for the highs.
Definitely.
Otherwise, you'll just be on some kind of like mid frequency, or you'll get extreme high, extreme low. And that's not even anything I feel like if you'd have told me that maybe a few years ago, I would have thought, well, like extreme high, extreme low sounds like someone who lives in extremes. And I don't even live in extremes. It's just that with the career path I've chosen, you know, any kind of social anxiety you might have is put on steroids, because people, it's not just that you think people might be talking about you, people are. It's like walking into a high school canteen and like actually hearing what people say about you when you exist online.
That's a really good way of putting it.
It's not even like wondering if people are talking about you. People are, and they say it in front of you, but in like what they think is a private room, but it's just Twitter, you know?
No, that's insane.
But no, so your boyfriend explained that to me, and I've just used that analogy a lot of times where it's like, experiencing extreme highs and extreme lows.
I think it helps just so much. Like if you're down there, you could just be like, do you know what? It is going to come back round. Yeah. But obviously it's so hard, but you have to like believe it. I know I can get up there.
Because what I'm trying to get at is you are such a joyful person and you're so magnetic to be around. That's why your clients love you. That's why when you talk online, people listen, and it is a skill. And I think it's energy. And I know you said before that people maybe on your Instagram who just see like hot pics of you maybe think that, oh, she's going to be really intimidating or moody in person. But as soon as you're around you just feel instantly disarmed because you're so joyful. And I just want to know where that comes from. Or is it something that you can't even explain because it's just who you've always been?
I think it's literally, I've always been like which is really annoying, isn't it?
I know. I'm the same. You can't explain something that comes
exactly
so intuitively to you.
Yeah, it's just because I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be alive. Like, I'm happy to get up and do stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
I know.
I was happy, like, doing the shit jobs that I was talking about. Like, I was happy.
So in those moments when you're doing those jobs, that what's going through your head? You're just happy to be like constant gratitude. I guess.
I'm like, I've got a job, and then I'd be like, well, I'm gonna.
It's gratitude. I think it's gratitude.
It is gratitude. It is, and I do that a lot all the time.
Just
everything.
outwardly.
I'm like, I'm happy for this coffee.
Yeah,
like, she offered. I'm happy that they had decaf.
Yeah,
like, do you know, I'm happy that sweet was allowed here.
Yeah,
I'm happy that we got our train on time. Everything. I'm like, oh, wow, that was good, wasn't it?
I know. So it is a mindset thing, though, isn't it?
I think it's definitely a mindset. Gratitude, practicing gratitude constantly will help.
That's what I think is a common thread between, you know, the episodes about friendship. I think a common thread between us and all of our friends and all the people I have in my life also is that we are constantly gushing about the world.
About each other.
And about each other.
Some friends don't tell each other how hot they are all
I know.
the time.
And obviously that's to do with insecurity, but also if you've never even seen an example of it.
No, you just forget.
Me and Rachel were walking through a park the other day, and then we were both just like stopped to pause and look at like how this parakeet was in the tree. And then we were both just like, God, isn't the world beautiful? And then we heard ourselves and I was like, oh my God, this is the kind of thing that some people online might laugh at or call cringe. But that is literally the best way to be happy. And I think that the cringe, the cringe cage around you is almost what stops people from being happy because you're afraid of being judged the same way that you judge other people.
It is. I have a few things to say, actually.
Go.
Number one, ever since I've like started putting more stuff online, TikToks and stuff, I was always with, I don't know if it's fair to blame the group of people I used to hang around with or not, but it was cringe, seen as cringe in the group. Do you know what I mean?
That's what you were hearing about those people.
Yeah. So I was like, I kind of want to do it, but like, I'm not going to because it's cringe.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I was like, with Ben, really, because he, with his line of work, is always around people that have to do stuff on social media.
Big personalities.
He's so used to it. He's lived with them. Like, he knows. He just is like totally fine for me to like film a TikTok over it.
Yeah.
Or like, he literally said to me one day, you need to post more on Instagram.
Yes!
Like, why aren't you putting...
His boyfriend says that.
I know. Or like, I'll send him like a hot photo of me and he's like, you're going to post on Instagram? And I'll be like, you're joking. Like, do you know? It's like, it's not everyone finds it cringe. Like, it's not everyone. And actually, as soon as you start doing it, you realise that everyone fucking loves it.
Yes, everyone
Like, you
fucking
have
loves
to.
it.
Like, it's
apart from the people who are insecure.
That's
But then
the thing,
this
that's
is
the
the
thing.
thing also, that there is another brand of person, because me and you aren't fucking perfect. We've got our insecurities.
Yeah.
There is another brand of person who is insecure and sees it as inspiring instead
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
cringe.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, it's like, if someone thinks you cringe, fuck off.
Yeah.
So?
But like, to get to
I
that
had a
place
great
though,
time.
so again, on friendship, you were surrounded by people, and this isn't blaming the people. I've probably been that person myself before, where it's like you're around the people who, if this is what they're saying, you adopt their habits. There's that famous quote, isn't it? Like, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are.
Yeah.
So if you're around those people, you become the sum of their
Can't
thoughts,
help
their
it.
beliefs. If that is the first person you go to for advice, for career advice, you are going to have some kind of ceiling cap on your potential and what you want to be and what you want to become. But the second you meet people who are like, fuck yeah, have this business idea and maybe do this as well, maybe do this instead. It's people who are going to expand your vision, I feel like, are the safest people to share yourself
like
with.
London friends are so good at that. Like ever since I've moved here, everyone, my
Yes.
friendship group are they just big each other up so much. Like you can't.
And collaborate with each other.
Yes, and we
of
all
them.
talk about it all the time. It's just like I want to help you. And like
Yeah.
Emily literally said to me the other day, oh, it's the sweetest thing. She's like a bit older than me, and she was like, I don't want you to have gone through like what I had to go through, so I want to help you like with your business and everything. Like I don't want, you know, she was like
in terms of like when you say what she's gone through, do you mean people maybe not being supportive?
Yeah, and just like things that you have to like learn the hard way in business stuff, you know? It's just like, or any of that kind of stuff.
That's how I feel about literally everything with my career.
Yeah.
I have been, as someone who always talks about thoughts, feelings, politics, feminism, body issues, relationships, friendships, all this kind of stuff. I've always had a target on my back that I didn't even really know existed until I went through a lot of things in the public eye, being torn apart to shreds in the media and like lost friends and all of this kind of stuff. You think that everyone has good intentions because you have good intentions. And it's hard to fathom that someone might sabotage you, might do something to you if it's not something that would even enter your head to do to a person. It's like, and then your world flips upside down. And I think like what you said with Emily saying, I want to be that person for you. That's how I feel about bringing women together. And I know you're the same with your clients. You just want to bring them together.
Yes.
It's healing for me to see women make friends and connections and collaborate as opposed to viewing each other as like some kind of competition.
Because as soon as you meet them all, I'm like, I think as well what's lucky is I meet so many great people every day. Like that's helped my perspective on people no end. I'm just like, there's so many amazing women. Like there's so many. And I just get to see them all every day. And it really helps be like, oh, there's like, everyone's great, really, honestly.
Yes, I know.
And you get to hear, well, being a hairdresser, you get to hear all their insecurities. Everyone always wants to talk about things. Like, they always go, oh, I don't know if it will suit my face shape, or yes, it will.
Yeah.
Look at you. Are you kidding? What?
Yeah.
It's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just haven't heard it in so long. And they're like, oh, thanks.
So I want to ask a question about a favourite memory of ours. If you could encapsulate our friendship, can we just discuss? Can we just discuss some gorgeous memories that we have together? Go.
When we went back to Plymouth, I went down to Plymouth to get a tattoo, and you were there as well.
I was there to see my mum.
Yeah.
Bridge. Okay. She's going to love that when she listens back to it. Yeah. Shout out to Bridge. Right, okay, go. Yeah. I was feeling anxious. You can talk all about it.
You were anxious to go into town because of everything. Because you hadn't been back in ages, right?
Yes.
Ages.
Yeah.
And I even thought it was funny that you were there.
People from Plymouth had said horrible things about me online, and I just didn't want to see anyone.
Yeah. And then we went to the Barbican and we walked around and we tried to find somewhere, and then we got a takeaway pint, because it was like pandemic vibe.
Yeah. Yes.
And then sat on the edge near the water and talked and got like actually quite drunk.
Yeah, I think we got quite tipsy.
Yeah.
But I remember the most important part for that story for me was that I was feeling anxious and I was so in my head. It wasn't even about like Plymouth people. It was just in general. I was so socially, I was hypervigilant. I also had a shit ton of PTSD. So like anything would scare me or jump me. And you gave me the toughest love advice that I really needed in that moment, where you were like, have you ever just thought about not giving a fuck? And I'm here like, Jenni, you don't understand. You don't have thousands of people talking about you. You don't have people making up rumors. You don't understand. And you were like, no, I know. But still, let's put it this way. You can either like, so what are you going to do then? You're just going to do nothing? You're just going to stay at home? And you're just like pushing my theory to its absolute limit.
What's the difference between you hiding away or like you being at the... They're still going to say it if they're going to say it.
You said, you walking around hiding yourself looks more anxious.
Yeah, that's true.
Than you just like going out and dressing normally, because I didn't want to draw attention to myself. Yeah. And I've come full fucking circle now, babe, because I'm always like, if I want to go out, I go out. I've dyed my hair pink. I could not be more of a walking human highlighter. And I'm wearing constantly colourful clothing.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk in this episode as well about things that we've taught each other. And that was something massive that you taught me, which it annoyed me at first, but the best advice always does annoy me at first, because I didn't come to that conclusion myself. Yeah. And I need to come to every conclusion myself.
Well, yeah.
I need to be the one.
I know.
Yeah.
And then I remember like seeing you, I think the next time I saw you, you were like, oh my God, Jenni, your advice changed my life. And I was like, what?
You were like a little bit tipsy on the barbican, like,
yes, me like, why do you just not give a fuck? I was like, really? You were like, yes. Yeah. I just need to. And then you said, oh, the loveliest thing. You were like, you said that you shutting yourself off to hate, also you were shutting yourself off to love.
Yes.
So then like, when you started going out again, people would be like, oh, I love your book.
Lovely
or like,
girls.
You know, all the girlies.
Yeah, all the girlies.
They can see you again.
Yeah, it was literally the next day I came back to London, and first thing I did, I rode a bike through central London all the way to Hyde Park in my little white tank top.
Yeah.
Titties flying in the wind. And I was like, I love my life.
So
and
nice.
I felt so free. But yeah, it was definitely also a lot of people would be too afraid to tell me, well, have you ever just thought about not giving a fuck? But because we've been friends for almost 8 years now, I met you at 16 and I'm 24. That's insane.
8 years?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Almost 8 years.
Yeah.
So I feel like you can't really give that tough love advice unless you have already like a solid foundation of like, Jenni's not going anywhere. Floss isn't going anywhere. I can say this because she's not going to like break up the friendship for a bit of like tough love advice. That was a massive lesson that you've definitely taught me. Is there something that I've taught you, maybe directly or indirectly in our friendship?
So much all the time. Oh my God. Mostly that I'm just great. Like giving me...
I'm reminding you that you're fucking amazing.
Like all the time, actually. All the time you do that. I like... Even if I haven't seen you for a while, sorry, the dog's shifting around. Even if I haven't seen you for a while, you still think I'm amazing. You'll still just be like, and it's not even like if something goes wrong or something doesn't happen for me, you're always like, yeah, so it's okay, it'll happen. Or you'll just be like, there's something better for you.
Yeah.
That's a huge one. The main thing as well, there's just no doubt. You don't have any doubt about me.
No.
Ever. You've always just been like,
obviously.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Like amazing things will happen for you. And without being annoying, I'll be like, oh my God, amazing. But also, obviously, this is happening for you because you're fucking amazing.
It's just so nice. It's just constant, like, I don't even ask for it. Never asked for it. It's just like, we do it for each other. But like, I think you've definitely like started the boat of being like, you deserve this. Like, you deserve this. And I'm just like, oh, really?
I think it's also part of that was because I knew that you weren't getting it anywhere else. So when you would come up to see me in London, I would like macro dose you, not micro dose you. I would macro dose you with everything, so almost nice. Like a fucking mentor. Yeah. Like I would macro dose you with all of this. Just I wanted to mirror back to you what I saw in you, which was already fucking there. I'm not bestowing it upon. It's just there. I'm just mirroring it to you because you just needed like someone else to say, you can fucking do this, because if the people around you are kind of saying that's cringe or like, really, is that a good idea to open a salon in London? And I'm like, when's the second and third coming? You know, like when I say things to you like, oh, so when's the next salon opening? That's not me being like, you're not doing enough.
No,
it's me knowing your potential and knowing how much you have left in you that I know you want to do. And if I even have a friend that's even like a slither of, I might not be able to, not 2 salons, like not that you've ever been that way, but like even if I see like a slither of it, I'm going to be like so encouraging of just thinking bigger.
Yeah, you do that. You're so good at that. You're like, I can't remember when it was. Years ago, you were like, I'm going to have a fucking glass office in New York.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I...
Yes, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like-
just got my first London office.
Yeah, exactly.
Yesterday.
I know. And you were like, I'm going to do this. I don't know how old you were, but I was just like, okay. But I believed it because of the way you said it.
Obviously.
And as we should.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you give that to me. And I'm like, I had never thought about it like that. I was like, not me. But like, you make me feel like I can do that.
Yeah, I just feel like it's already in you. I mean, we also would have these like morning meetings when you were first dating your now boyfriend Ben.
Yeah.
He was living up the road from me.
Yeah.
And then we would meet for coffee and have these little like creative brainstorm sessions. And you were like, I'm gonna open a fucking salon.
Yes,
and you
I
showed
remember.
me your little notepad full of all of your scribbles and all of your, and I was like, what the fuck? And you're like, and I might move to London to open it. And I was like, oh my God, because you were living in Sheffield at the time.
Yeah.
We've also had so many questions from my audience. Be like, Jenni, when are you coming back to Chef to do my mullet? But anyway, so yeah, and then you started a salon. Can you tell me a bit about what you've learned? Because you are a model. Obviously, we've briefly touched on your modeling experience. So you're a signed model. You've had incredible campaigns. You're an entrepreneur. You're a businesswoman. You've opened a fucking salon. You've got an amazing TikTok following because you're just so yourself and so authentic on there. Because we got past the whole cringe thing. Thank God. Thank God.
That helped.
Because now the
Huge,
girlies love you.
huge.
And you were able to open yourself up in that way, which is amazing. So what would you say was the biggest hurdle in opening a business in London when you're not even from here? Like, because some people look at that and they go, fucking hell, they must have had loads of experience. No.
And just started.
Yeah.
No. Well, that was the crazy thing. I was like, I've been doing hair for not very long. So I've been qualified for like 4 years or something, maybe less. And yeah, whereas most people I work with have been doing it for like 10 years or 15 years or something. Even the guys I've just hired have been doing it for like 7 years. And I'm like, I'm meant to be...
And you're their boss.
I'm meant to be the boss.
Yeah.
Like, you're so much better than me. Like, what?
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it is like, obviously, your skill, mostly your taste and who you are helps so much, more than you could ever know.
Yeah.
But actually, what made it so okay for me to come down to London and just start and be able to pay the rent on the shop was I slowly started building up a client base in London.
You did guest spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was working. And actually, this is such...
that?
Yeah. That
Guest
was
spot,
so
Jenni.
hard. Yeah, guest spot,
No,
Jenni.
I know.
Such a massive tip. If you go into an industry that you eventually maybe want to do your own thing in somewhere like London, start in a smaller city, because it helped so much. Because you can be the best at what you do quite easily. You can be the best at what you do easier in a smaller city.
Yes.
Do that.
Yeah.
Do it.
Big fish, little pond.
Yeah. If you need a little like hurdle, like somewhere in between, do that. Get big, get good, and then it'll just catapult you.
Almost like
onto
a training ground.
Yeah. Fully training ground.
Yeah.
Sheffield did that for me really, really well. Yeah. And built up an audience. Yes. So building a client base, that was the scariest thing. I was like so scared that to open the shop and just no one would come.
Yes.
Like,
oh
what
my
if,
God.
like, no one wants to come?
I'm currently in the works of planning something, as you know.
Yes.
And that's also like, despite all of my success in a lot of things, it's got to be the biggest fear with launching anything, doing something new, is that because you're taking a risk.
Yeah.
But if it's not risky, it's not fucking worth it because you're just playing
it's so
safe
true.
and you're just going to live that kind of like mediocre bumble, which, by the way, some people fucking thrive off of.
Yeah, definitely.
But me and you need that like fucking raw, that like lust and zest
I need
for life.
something.
Yeah.
I do. I've tried to be a little bit calmer. I just don't feel like it makes me as happy.
Yes.
So I've just got to do it, and I.
The most Plymouth advice. Just got to fucking do it, and I. Okay, so now we're going to go into the listener questions. These are the questions that people have asked us from my audience. Okay, let's start with the friendship questions.
Okay.
What's your favourite thing to do together? Right. One word.
Brunch. But it's not just brunch.
It's brunch in the sun.
Yeah. And a walk with a coffee first.
Yes, exactly.
And then brunch.
Yes.
Yeah.
My favourite thing to do with you is to come together to talk about sex, to talk about business, and to do it loudly filled with cackles. So we usually need like an outdoor space so we're not pissing everyone off. So next question. How do you repair a friendship that went sour for a few years? I feel like we had a period.
Yeah, we had a little bit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was sour, but it just wasn't as like juicy as this. You know what I mean?
And we just didn't talk.
Just didn't.
No, we lived in separate cities.
Very different lives. And like I was like not in a I don't think I was very happy, really.
Right, yeah.
I maybe thought I was.
But what I find amazing is that we came back. Because I had so many questions about this where people are like, if a friendship goes like that, you almost just expect it to. And I did. Yeah. Kind of expect. I was like, oh, this is just the way it is now. Jenni lives over there and she's doing her thing over there. And we're not really talking.
I remember feeling just a massive pull to see you when I knew that things weren't great for you. I was just like, something, I need you. I need to be there for you. Yeah. And then as soon as I saw you again, I was like, why haven't I been there this whole time? Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. It was very like, you'll know if your friendship is going to get back together when you fucking know.
Yeah.
Like you see.
So this question then, how do you repair a friendship that went sour for a few years? I guess we need a lot more context to answer this question to give advice. But how do you repair it if it's gone sour? First, ask yourself, why do you need this person in your life? Yeah. Because sometimes if people do leave, it's for the best.
Yeah. Why is it sour in the first place?
Yes. And also, sour within what context? Is this person trying to knock you down a few pegs? Absolutely, you don't need that person in your life. Or is this something where you both wanted different things, a bit like Jenni and I, and you just living these separate lives, and then you just kind of, your paths cross again, and everything happens.
Like, it doesn't always need to be repaired. If it's not great, don't just do it just because they're your friend.
Yeah, especially for nostalgia. That's a really hard one to
that's a huge one.
beat, isn't it?
Yeah, you're going to miss them. If it's a friend from very young, but you know, when you're friends when you're young, the only thing you need in common is just to like play.
Yeah. So
when you're older, you need so many more things.
Oh my God, morals, values, like ways of living. Yeah. Does this person judge you? Yeah. Just the way it is. So yeah, if it's gone sour for a few years, think about if you really want to be back with this person, what kind of value they add to your life. What was it so special that you had? Was it only special and equivalent to that time in your life? Sometimes that you literally just become incompatible because you're growing out of a different version of yourself. Maybe you bonded over a shared hatred for a person. You've grown up, you realise that was so petty. And there's actually, the friendship was on unstable ground in the first place. So think about why you're not friends with this person. Your gut will know, and they'll come back to you if they're meant for you. Okay, on to the next question. How do you deal with jealousy in friendships? Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But the best way, obviously I've been jealous of you.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But I wasn't happy.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, you can tell. I've had people jealous of me.
Yeah, and I've also been jealous of you when I wasn't able to give less of a fuck. So I would never harbour it against you. So that would be my tip with jealousy, is to acknowledge it and not use it as some kind of weapon to make. So this is how I view jealousy. The person brings up this like, they almost kind of like arouse this insecurity outside of you. And to make it go away, you can either acknowledge the insecurity, work on it privately, either express it out loud and just work on that shit privately and just allow the person that you're jealous of to live in peace. Or what a lot of people do is to get rid of that feeling of jealousy, they just want the quick resolve, which is to put that person down. Because when you put the person down, you no longer have this mirror showing you how, quote unquote, great they are in comparison to you.
But that's never gonna...
No, because your insecurity is still fucking there. Yeah. Your insecurity is still there.
And that'll only be a lesson to them, and then they will do more again.
Yes, exactly. You just kind of put like a Band-Aid over a wound instead of healing it.
Literally. Jealousy is insecurities, hugely.
Yes.
There's nothing
it's
that
a mirror.
like... And now that I'm happier, all I want to do is see you do more and more and more and well.
Yeah.
All of my friends.
I saw this woman online. I think she's called Lucy Sheridan. She's a comparison coach, like the first ever comparison coach ever. And she had this quote where she says to herself and to her clients, whenever you see a woman doing something like fuckery, I wanted to do that. She's taken my fucking spot. Yeah. Fuck. Just say to yourself, good for her. Same for me. So you wish more for her. And that's really helped me. Yeah. to just be like, I say it all the time. And it's almost like this instant dissolving. It acknowledges, it's not squashing, I would like that, because of course she'd fucking like that, but it's going, good for her, because I would want the same for me. And I need to live in a world where that can happen for me. And she's proof that that can happen for me because it happened to her. Let's end on this question. Top 5 things you could do to be a great friend. I feel like we have covered lots, but let's summarize.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so number 1, celebrating achievements.
Yeah, celebrating each other, just in general.
Yeah, the changes, the evolutions. I read this quote on social media. It's been regurgitated so many times, but it's something like to love someone long term is to attend like 1,000 different funerals of the person they used to be.
Ooh,
but then someone else was like, that's too negative. Why don't you say to love someone long term is to witness 1,000 births of the people that they're becoming?
Yeah.
And I feel like you have to grieve and mourn the different versions of your friends, like your friend when they were single, if they're in a new relationship, perhaps seeing them less, or they've changed, or their lifestyles changed. And it's like adjusting and evolving to that in a way that both of you aren't compromising yourself. And I feel like we've done really well with our friendship because we've weathered breakups, like moving cities, changing jobs, changing careers. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like, just number 2, understanding where they're coming from at the time. So, like, if you don't think that what they're doing is the best for them, just being like, so why are you doing that right now? You've done it with me before and been like, because you want the best for me.
Yeah.
And I maybe wasn't doing the best for me right there and then. And you're like, but why? Why?
Okay, number 3, tip for being a good friend. I guess checking in and asking for okay, especially if they're like the busy friend and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just check in.
Yeah. The thing is, what I've learnt with you though is that you like being busy. And if you're busy and not replying to me, I never take it personally, ever. I cannot even remember the last time. There was a period of our friendship when we spent those years apart where I would feel a lot of like, oh, there's a lot of weight to this not replying to this text, or we've not spoken about this for a while, because there was tension.
Yeah.
But then when we became besties again, living in London, helping each other out. It's probably been, over the last couple of years. And actually, amazingly, since you got a boyfriend, which is just so wild, right?
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
Because he's just so wonderful and warm and open and with everything. But and then we actually became a lot closer when you got into a relationship, which was amazing. I feel like if you ever don't reply to me, I'm never taking it personally.
No, that's a huge thing in general, actually,
Jenni's
I think.
busy.
Like, because I know what I'm like with replying. And if someone does it to me, even if I'm like, I just have to be like, oh God, come on.
Yeah, maybe it's just, look at me.
Also, like, a text doesn't deserve a response. Like, you can't just enter someone's life.
Oh my God.
Like that and like expect something back. Like, they didn't ask you to send the text.
No.
So
anyway, so checking in also. Not really a tip, was that? That wasn't really a tip.
I think that's quite a good tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, just making sure they're all right.
Yeah, just making sure they're all right. And also, I guess
tips for being good mates. Just make sure they're all right.
No, exactly. Oh my God, I fucking love talking to Jenni. It felt like I was just having a catch up with my bestie, to be honest. We've not really spoke about our friendship at length like that, and it was just so much fun. You're gonna fall in love with Jenni's TikTok and her Instagram content. She's at Bag of Crap on Instagram and on TikTok, I think. And her hair Instagram account is at Crap Hair Club. But her hair isn't crap at all. She does my hair. She cuts my hair. She does my roots. She's a ray of fucking sunshine, and anyone that's in Jenni's life knows how much of a privilege it is to just even know this woman. Yeah, I love her so much. I've enjoyed this episode on friendship, and I hope you took something away from it as well.